Dawson Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of S.H.Figuarts' Kamen Rider Skull Crystal. Yep, Skull was already released once, but he sort of got like a re-release. He was redone and got some new stuff added for his new like look or form, I guess you could say, from the movie War Cores. So anyway, we'll get started by taking a look at the packaging. All black packaging, as you can see, primarily black. You got a picture of Skull Crystal on the front in a fighting pose. Then it says Bandai Collector Shop, Movie War Core and such. It says Kamen Rider Skull Crystal in like silver writing, I guess because, you know, the crystal head. It says it on the side as well, on the top, and then the bottom has the numbers we need to call. On the back, it shows him shows us some poses you can get him in. Just with his hat on, doing the pose, crystal skull, regular skull face, and then what he comes with. So, if I remember, I think the original skull had white writing, and that's the only difference, with the exception of, you know, the pictures of the guy being different. So let's take a look at what this guy comes with. So we got a bunch of different hands. We got like holding the skull magnum hands, splayed open action hands, more splayed open action hands, and then that's splayed open action, and then the signature pose hands. Some of which I have on him already because I took the liberty of switching it out. And of course he has the fist that he standardly comes with. He comes with two versions of his hat, his fedora, one that's ripped and one that is not, just like the original skull. They're both done decently. He comes with the skull magnum, which is the exact same one as the original release, but it's nicely detailed. He comes with two scarves. This one, which is for just lying down on his back, and then the other one is flowing in the wind, which is on him, which I'll show you. And then he comes with two heads, the head that is on him for actual Skull Crystal, and then a redone original skull head. As you can see there, it looks pretty nice. I guess it is more accurate. I'll compare them in a little bit. But, here we have the figure now. Let's look at the figure. This crystal skull. Now, this figure improved a lot of things, but there's also a few nitpicks about it. Like, okay, anyway. Here's the head first. This is the crystal skull head. This is like the skull form when he first transformed in the movie before it all the way evolved. It's kind of like more of a shiny crystal ball type deal, like, you know, Indiana Jones crystal skull type deal. And then he's got the black compound eyes, which look really nice. Overall, I think that the crystal skull head looks pretty sweet. Like it's a cool addition. Obviously, no details are different from the original skull, although his body has changed. It is now done in a matte finish, similar to Kamen Rider Joker, and it feels really nice, and it just fits with Skull's suit a lot better than the original did. As you can see, the details all look really nice. I don't know why, to me, the paint just looks a little bit better. Primarily black with matte finish, and then you got the silver accents along here, which look good. You got his Lost Driver here. The memory's painted black, and that's about all you're going to get. And then you have like purple light in here. There's the maximum drive slots. The back here is just all black, obviously. Here's the other scarf. I'll show how to detach those in a minute. It might be a little pain, though, but this is like flowing in the wind. His legs are just all black, nothing really to say. He's got the silver anklets. But yeah, like not a whole lot of details to this guy, just like the old one, but he definitely looks better with the matte finish. Articulation-wise, standard articulation for a figure art. 360 ball joint right here, swiveling, double elbow joint, swiveling at the hand, swiveling at the chest and the waist. It's a little bit tight here. Nice 360 ball joint at the leg, double knee joint, swiveling here, toe action right here. You can see the toe joint moves. So standard figure arts articulation. And I'm happy to report, well, I'll have to mention this in a minute. There is some problems with these having weird, that just looked wrong, like mismatched joints on each side that are kind of uneven, which is kind of bad, but it doesn't seem to bother me all that much with this figure. I've still been able to pose him the way I wanted to. But I have to say, which is really nice, is this figure is completely solid. My original skull had a lot of loose leg problems, and he just overall didn't feel that great. But this guy feels like a solid figure art for me. His joints are all fine, and it's nice to have that. So let me show you how to switch out this. I guess I'll do the heads and the scarves. Now, this head is kind of a pain in the ass to get back on. Here's the scarf. I'll take it off. All you do is take this off, and then put this one back on. and then, you know, put the head on. I was switching out the head from the original skull earlier, and it is kind of a pain, to be honest. Like, I might not even switch the heads on the old one just because of how annoying it is. See, like, this might even take a minute. I don't even know if I'll get through it. It's like almost not even worth it. I'm just gonna rest it on there because I don't want to waste your time. But sure, his head is tilting, but that's what that's gonna look like on there. It's a pretty nice head. That sounded gross. Where is this the right hat? Yeah. So then you can put his hat on him, and he can look all badass like that. So I'm gonna switch it back so I can do some comparisons to the original skull. See if I can get this head on. And by the original skull, I mean the figure art, not skull from MMPR. Come on, go on there. Yes, he went on there. Are you proud of him? Okay, so I'm going to kind of slide some of these accessories out of the way so I can set him down here and just kind of get him in a pose. Okay, so we're going to bring in the original skull. Here he is right here. Now, the original skull isn't a horrible figure by any means. He still looks good, but I just prefer this one. Like, okay. So as you can see, the camera can't focus. The body types are a lot different. This is a shiny finish, and this is a matte finish, which I think the matte finish looks a lot better. And then loose leg problems, obviously, I told you about. I'm going to have to take his head off in order to do this. I already messed him up once. So here's the original skull head, as you can see. And where to go? Here is the non-focusing camera, the new one. I would put it on, but it's kind of a pain. As you can see, the eyes have been shrunken down to look a little more realistic, and it probably just looks overall a lot better. This one looks more cartoony, I guess, but it looks good. And also, you know, a problem many had, including me, is that his head paint scrapes off after wearing the hat for too long, which is kind of disappointing. And so, like, I'm not going to bother switching my skull heads out because this one's already ruined, and I don't want to ruin another one. Now let me zoom out and put these two together. So yeah, there you have it. There are the two skulls. I dig Crystal Skull. Like, I'm a Skull fan and a fan of Double and their designs in general, so I'm slightly biased. But if you haven't picked up a Skull figure art of any form and you're shopping for one, I would still go with Crystal Skull, or go with Crystal Skull now, just for the fact that I think he's overall better. No quality control problems, at least that I've heard of, with the loose joints. I know that he has those crooked joints. And he comes with a lot more. He comes with the different heads between the regular skull and the crystal skull, and he's matte finish. Like, despite his few little issues which were disappointing, he's still overall the better skull figure, and I think worth getting him over the other one. As for if you already have the other skull, unless you're a crazy completist and want both forms, or you were really disappointed with the original skull, I recommend maybe just a pass, just for the price. But if you're in the market for a new skull, I can recommend him. So anyway, that is about it. Until next time, check out WritersRangersRambles.com for Toku news in the craziest way possible. And of course, while you're there, check out the Crazy Podcast and the Ramboards to discuss Skull and anything else Toku. So until next time, stay awesome, Writer. Signing